So just a quick video on the update for the project car for this season. I just bought an engine to build. It's a M42B18 engine from E36 318IS European model, and the engine had a bad block. I tried to hone it, but it didn't work. Then I tried to pull the front timing case off and put it on a new block, which I failed in because the last owner did glue it in place with some, I think, liquid metal or something like that, so the timing case just broke into pieces. This is what shouldn't happen. Only thing I got to salvage from this motor is the head, which is, I think, the most important part, because anyone that doesn't know BMW as well, the M42IS engine does use the same block, only different piston and rods as the I engine, so it fits from M40 engine. So I salvaged the head. It's actually quite bigger than the 4AGE I used to work with. I didn't know that the ports aren't that small. It should make for a good naturally aspirated engine as well. I also really like the design of the throttle body. So there is one throttle body made out of two. So for the low throttle positions, you have a smaller throttle body opening, so you don't have a touchy gas pedal with a big throttle body. And after I think 15% to 20% of the throttle, it starts opening the big one as well. So it's really nice design and gives you the airflow you need without the touchy throttle body that anybody hates for daily driving. I also got parts to fix my m54 B25, which I saw is really viewed. I don't know why. I think my rod band, there wasn't any video with it for a long time because my injector leaked, and when I tried to start the car in the morrow, the engine just turned over, one cylinder fired, and it bent a rod because it was hydraulicking in the other cylinder. So I just need to replace the rod, which I have, and the new head gasket. Also the M54 engines are so nice with boost because they have stock MLS gaskets, as you can see. Some new head bolts, all L-ring stuff. I like L-ring stuff. I got all poly mounts and poly bushings for rear of whole rear end for the E36 and also for my drive shaft, so that should be nice. Also here is sitting my turbo for the car, which is, people ask me why did I chose this turbo, TO4E. Well, I like these turbos because they can flow horsepower like up to 600 and never run out of flow, and can spool pretty fast. Lots of the times when you buy eBay turbos, it's a genuine Garrett one. When you buy the eBay turbo, it has a bigger compressor wheel, which spools a little bit later, has a little bit more flow. It's good up to 4-liter engines. But I use this one. I rev my 2.5 liter with bigger cams to 8 grand and never have problem with flow at 1.2 bars. So I think that's around around 16 or 17 psi. Also I use the Chinese exhaust housing. I don't know what is it. It's just China cast. So this is the turbo I use. Only the center housing is original Garrett. It's from a truck, from Iveco Eurocargo trucks. Also the intake side is only the compressor wheel is modified, and it works really nice. I have it for 2 years and it works really nice. For this engine, however, for the 318IS engine, I wanted to use something smaller like T28, but it broke my plan. Also, if anybody is curious what rods and pistons do I use in my race engines, these are M50 B25 non-Vanos rods and piston. It's a really beefy piston and rod. It can hold up to 800 Newton meters. I don't know how much it is in pound feet. It's a really solid thing. It can, if you do the math, it can do up to 500 or 550 safe, like 100% safe horsepower on stock cams. It can do 700 on the limit. And if you just put the cams and pour the head, so the engine will make the same torque at higher RPM, it can do all the way up to 900 horsepower. So really, it's a nice combination. It's not H-beam, it's IH-beam, but it's a hefty rod. It can withstand a lot of pressure, a lot of torque, so it's really nice to use them. Also, they bring the compression down to only 10.2 from 11, so I use them a lot. And they just fit in any 2.2, 2.5, 2.3 liter engine. So because all the BMW engines except the 2 liters use 84 millimeter bore. And also those M engine S50, S54, those use different bores, but those are not standard engines. So about a little update on this kind of my project car scene, what I've been doing. I hope that till the end of this month my 2.5 will be fixed and I can get ready for the next drifting season, and it will be awesome. Also, I'm really sorry for my bad English if it is, because I'm from Europe. I live next to Czech Republic, and we don't speak English in here, so only English I know is from YouTube, I think, learning. So if my English is too bad, just forgive me about it. I will post the next update video this week about how it turns out with the engine. I just bought a new car that's not in the channel. It's 2.5 TDS. It's not rusted. I plan to swap my 2.5 liter engine into it because I had trouble with broken drive shafts and twisting the drive shafts and frame. So the 325 TDS engines use the bigger drive shaft, bigger everything. It's the bigger axles. It's really just stronger for the diesel engine. So I want to swap my engine and my gasoline engine into it and use the diesel transmission, which is also the strongest that was put in, even counting the M3. And I think it will work the best. So that's why a new swap. And I consider doing drive-by-wire throttle body. I never did it before on my own car, but I consider it when I play with it on some other cars. I don't know yet if I want to put it on. I'm gonna do a custom fuel system on it, so it will be a more serious build. The engine I used, you saw on the 0.3 bar pulls. Made on the dyno 350 horsepower on 0.3 bar and 600 horsepower at 1.2 bar with compression of 11.5, which is shaved head and these pistons and these rods on 98 fuel, like European 98 fuel. I don't know how the American standard is. So really the compression is a big thing. A lot of guys do low compression builds and then don't have the real power, just torque, and the car really pulls hard, but engine brakes, stuff brakes, torque is good, but not if you want to do a budget car. You just want to rev the engine high and make the torque at a higher RPM, like I did. Just put a bigger cams in it, put bigger valves, pour the head, and you will make lots more power at the same torque. So because it's upshifted in the RPM, and you will have a lot better power band, and the engine will not pull as strong, but it will be faster in the acceleration, and like in drift situation or drag racing, you will win all the ways because you will have more power, faster power at the wheels. That's what power is. It's torque multiplied by time, so torque multiplied by RPM. And if you have the same torque and more RPM, you have more power. And don't twist anything on a drivetrain, because I personally use the stock clutch with ceramic composite on it and stronger clutch pressure plates. It's good up to 500 Newton meters, and I made cars with 800 horsepower that didn't slip the clutch and made the horsepower up in the 8,000 RPM range, and it works really well, and nobody was sad about it. So that's how I build my engines for drifting. Sure, you can build an engine with a lot stronger power band by using a smaller turbo. This one is for my little project, the CA18 in my S13 I just bought with T28, and this small little sucker, I don't even know the name. It's from 1.3 liter diesel engine, so it will spool down low and keep the RPMs up. So that's about the little update I just made. So if you want to consider subscribing, if you see this video, share it to friends, because I want my channel to grow. I'm a little drifter, so a little money wouldn't hurt me. If something good, I didn't think even somebody would watch, but when I see the statistics of the videos, well, people do like my videos, so I just posted an update. This is my first video talking. I will post a video about pulling the engine from diesel and little stuff about it. I will post video how to calculate your fuel system, how to calculate your engine composite for a horsepower, how to build a drivetrain, how to tune your car, little tutorials. I work as an official ECU master, wiring loom guy, I don't know how it's called, and also I tune ECUs, stock BMW ECUs or EQ Masters or Mega Squirts. So that's kinda what I do. Well, that's kinda what I do, and I think that's enough for this video. So thanks everybody that watches and subscribes. I'm really glad somebody watches my stuff. It really makes my heart sing. So, well, I'll post the update this week. Everybody, have a nice day.